Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm continuing my Sun through the composite chart series. In this video I'm going to talk about what it means to have your composite Sun in the 10th house. So this video pertains to composite Sun in the 10th or Sun in the 10th in the Davison relationship chart. This is not talking about Sun through the synastry house overlays in the 10th house. I have a separate playlist for that. So this placement, composite Sun in the 10th, tends to be a pretty strong placement to have. So when the Sun is angular, meaning it's conjunct to any of the angles in the composite chart, it tends to point to a significant relationship. But that can also be true even if it's not conjunct to any of the angles. It's just in either 1st, 4th, 7th, or 10th houses. So the 1st and the 10th are the more public placements for the composite Sun. And what I mean by that is that, and specifically this one, actually even more so than the 1st probably, this relationship is a powerful force from the outside looking in, meaning like as a couple, people notice you, like people on the outside, people around you, friends, family, acquaintances, random people in the world, on your Facebook or whatever. Like this coupling, it just shows that the way your individual egos combine, which is what the composite Sun shows in general, is quite a strong and powerful way. So this relationship can actually make you a stronger, more forceful or assertive version of yourself. And generally, it's going to be in the realms of you. So generally, this will be in the realms of your individual purpose or career. So the 10th house composite Sun placement can show a couple that actually works together. You could have a business together, you could have met at work, or you, as a couple, you actually become more focused on the external aspects of your life. So like your appearance, your like status, and like how successful you are in regards to the outside looking in. So one of the negative things about this placement is that it can make you too focused on how you outwardly appear to others. And something that it says in one of my composite chart books is that as a couple, you look on the outside for what is wrong when really maybe the problem is something going on within. So this is a very external placement of the composite Sun where, yeah, you tend to think all the problems are outside of you when you could do better to actually look within. But generally, like, this placement is a good one for a long-term relationship because if you think about it, Saturn naturally rules over the 10th, right? Because the 10th, there's a natural rulership here of Capricornian things and Saturnian themes, right? So this can really bode well for a relationship's longevity. So this is a relationship because the Sun is the main focus in the composite chart. Whichever house it falls is a major theme in the relationship. It's really a big part of the relationship's purpose, if not the entire purpose, in combination with the rest of the chart. But the Sun is definitely the most powerful influence. So having this placement shows that the way your individual egos combine, you actually have a stronger sense of purpose together. And so you actually can feel more on track with your life goals, more connected with your purpose, more connected to your strength and your desire for achievement and to become better and for the long haul, right? So the 10th house and Saturn represent more, slow and steady growth, right? So when we're in a relationship that we feel is enhancing our personal growth over the long term, we tend to want to stay there, right? So this composite sun placement, while it maybe could seem cold or unemotional to some, I wouldn't, recommend it for super watery water sign emphasis people, or, it's got to be for the right type of person, but like this can really be a good placement, and it can really show longevity. It can really show commitment. Even if it like a sun in the 10th, like trying to Saturn or something, would be an excellent aspect, or even conjunct to Saturn, although that might get a little bit heavy at times. It can really show that we feel a purpose together. We feel like it's fated. We feel like we're growing together and we're stronger together, and we're succeeding together in business, in our career. Even if we have separate careers, it's like the relationship motivates us to grow and expand and be better. And really, the only downside of this is that we can spend too much time focusing on the external, and not enough on the internal, right? But if we know that, we can correct that. And it could just be that the relationship's purpose, the relationship's main emphasis is to focus on these outer things. And so you can really accomplish a lot in this relationship. Now, something that I feel like is not often mentioned about this composite placement is the familial influence. The 10th and the 4th houses of the chart tend to do with a lot of our family heritage and belief systems that we've inherited from family, not from ourselves. This is more of like a familial genetic imprint, and it could be connected to the mother or the father. It's controversial which house is pertaining to the father or mother. So this relationship with the sun in the composite 10th house, it tends to show a theme of these familial messages. So there could be a bit of daddy issues healing, or mommy issues healing. And it's interesting, like the relationship can reinforce what you took on from your family upbringing. So if this was beneficial, if this was helpful, then it's really going to re-emphasize that. If there were difficult messages or unhealthy inner child stuff going on, this relationship will bring that up. And so that adds an extra layer of the emotional depth, and it adds a need to look within and like realize that all the outer achievements in the world that you guys create together is not going to heal that or fill that void. So that's just a message to like, tend to the 4th house, tend to the inner world too, because this relationship could or is likely to also kind of bring up those inner child things. Not as much as the sun in the 4th, but there tends to be a little bit of it too. And as like related to like how the family image like to society, like 10th house related status, like these kind of messages that you were brought up with, if you were brought up with some unhealthy messages, tend to come out in this relationship for healing, for looking at, because the sun, the composite sun is going to be a lot of focus. So when it's on the 10th, there is sort of this familial influence that can come up. So that can also create the feeling that like your partner is family, or your partner is someone who understands your upbringing, or maybe came from a similar upbringing themselves. And the way that you combine is bringing focus to that. But overall, it's a really good placement, and it does tend to show up in relationships that feel fated or feel like they have a purpose and can contribute to the long-term success of both people. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to know your experience of this composite sun placement. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.